Hi friends, Miss Caitlin here. Today we're going to go over some of the skills that we've already learned in order to be good listeners. And we're going to talk about a new skill called self-talk. But before we do that, let's practice our listening skills and get ready. So everyone make sure that you're sitting down and you're ready to listen. Our first step in being a good listener is having a calm body, right? So you can do this by giving yourself a nice big hug, taking a deep breath, and then letting go. Or, like I said in the last video that I made, you can pretend you have a piece of pizza in your hands, smell it, and then cool it off. You could also pretend that you have a flower in your hand. You smell in the nice smell of the flower, and then blow the petals away. And one new one that I want to show you is you can put your hands together like this in a shark fin, press them as hard as you can, get all your muscles really working, and then let go and feel your arms and your hands and your whole body relax. So now you have a nice, calm, relaxed body. The next step in our listening skills is to have a quiet voice, right? You can't listen if you're talking. So we want to make sure that we're quiet, right? And then watching eyes. This one is really important because if someone is speaking to you, trying to teach you something or show you something, and you're too busy looking around, you're not going to get all the directions, okay? So you want to have your eyes focused. And in this case, it would be on your computer or your phone or whatever you're watching this video on. But in everyday life, your eyes may need to be focused on your parents, your teacher, or someone else who's trying to help you or show you something, okay? So once all that's completed, we have our listening ears. So we're able to hear and think about what we're listening to when our body is calm, our voice is quiet, and our eyes are focusing on what we're paying attention to, okay? So today we're going to talk about self-talk. And self-talk is exactly what it sounds like. It's talking to yourself. And that sounds silly, I know. But it's actually very important because often we find ourselves in our house or a classroom with lots of stuff going on, but we're also trying to learn or understand or follow directions at the same time. So sometimes it's really helpful to say those directions back to ourself. So I'm going to read a little story about this picture right here so we can learn a little more about self-talk. So here we have Olivia and Tony. They are building tall towers with blocks. And as they are building, they hear their teacher say, "Everyone focus your attention. It's almost time for group. Start cleaning up." The teacher plays a special cleanup song. Olivia begins to sing the song to herself. "Pick up the blocks, put them in the box. When that's done, time to go to group." She and Tony put the blocks in the box. Tony can barely hear Olivia's song. Does this sound familiar to you guys? Some of you, when you're in the classroom, may have a special song that goes on to help you clean up. And I have to say, from being in the classrooms, it really does seem to help. When you sing the song and think about what you need to do, you're saying what you need to do, you're totally focused. And I see everyone clean up pretty nicely. Anyway, back to the story. "So, what are you singing?" Tony asks. Olivia sings the song for Tony. "Pick up the blocks, put them in the box. When that's done, go to group time." "It helps me remember what to do," Olivia says. Olivia sings her song until all the blocks are back in the box. Tony helps her put the box of blocks on the shelf. And Olivia begins to sing, "When that's done," but Tony finishes. "It's time to go to group." And they do. So you can see how these friends in this little story repeated the directions that they needed to get done in order to complete their tasks without getting distracted. When they were saying time to clean up the blocks to themselves, they weren't walking away and washing their hands or going in their lunchbox or doing something else. They were saying exactly what they were doing, and those were the instructions that their teacher gave them. So this is something really helpful that we can practice at home or in our classroom. And those of you who are coming into the classroom, you are practicing this a little bit with your cleanup songs. But we can use it at any time when your teacher says it's time to pack up, put on your jacket, your backpack, and get in line. You can repeat those directions quietly to yourself so you don't forget what you have to do. So I'm going to give your teacher some YouTube links of some examples of self-talk that I want you to watch and really see how other characters like Daniel Tiger or Cookie Monster use self-talk to help them figure things out and remember what they need to do. So just in case you guys don't get the links, the names of these YouTube videos for the adults in the room who may want to find it is Furry Potter and the Goblet of Cookies. That's Cookie Monster who needs to follow directions in order to get a big goblet, which is a big cup of cookies. And we also have Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, one of my favorites, the Cleanup Pickup song. And you can see how Daniel also uses a song to remind himself of what he needs to do. And for any of those adults out there who want to read a good story to their preschooler or kindergartner about self-talk, a really old one but good one is The Little Engine That Could. This not only demonstrates how to talk to yourself to focus on a task, but it also shows how you can talk positively to yourself to encourage yourself to do something that may be hard or frustrating. Okay, so until next time, practice your listening skills and practice your good self-talk. Thanks, guys.